seorang pria asal Kanada berbagi cerita tentang alasan utamanya pindah ke Indonesia. Ia ingin mewujudkan impian memiliki keluarga yang tetap harmonis, tanpa tekanan keuangan, seperti yang ia rasakan di Kanada. Dengan budaya Indonesia yang mendukung kehidupan keluarga dan pilihan untuk memiliki seorang pencari nafkah tunggal, ia merasa bahwa Indonesia adalah tempat yang tepat untuk membesarkan anak-anak dan memberikan kehidupan yang lebih baik.
So why did I move to Indonesia? This is part one of a series of reasons. The first reason is to live into a dream that I decided to adopt many years ago. I call it the single income family, or the sole breadwinner family. In Canada, that dream died in about 1972, roughly, according to my precise calculations. It's now very common for both parents to go and work in Canada, both mom and dad, kids. Everybody's involved in some kind of activity. So the mom works full-time, the dad works full-time. And I just never agreed with that situation. I never thought that was an ideal setup. So when I was thinking about moving from Canada, I decided that Indonesia would make sense. My wife was from there to begin with. And it just seemed possible that I could go there and have an income as a man that would be enough to support my family in a comfortable way. And thanks to God, that actually has been possible. Not that it was impossible in Canada. I mean, it was doable. We did it. And we kind of just squeaked by. But the expenses became so extreme for things like taxes and accommodation, utilities, transportation, cell phones. It all adds up so quickly that for one income, unless you're making over $100,000 a year, or maybe even now $150,000 a year Canadian, it's a real struggle to provide for a comfortable lifestyle for your family. Whereas here in Indonesia, it's still possible for a sole breadwinner to go out, get a job, and still provide a decent standard of living for the family. And I hope that's going to continue for a long time to come. I mean, I want to stay here. I want my kids to be raised here. I want them to grow up in this country, and I want them to have an opportunity as well. They're both boys, you know what I mean? They're both boys, and I want them to get married, support families, and I want their wives to have a choice, to work or not. If they don't work, it's fine. If they do, it's fine, but they don't have to go. I think that's the key for me. Is the situation is the man is obligated to go and work and earn an income, but the woman is not. So the woman can work, okay, fine. But if she wants to stay home, I really think that it's great if she has that choice to be able to stay home. And I think the Indonesian culture supports that dream, that idea. Whereas in the West, in Canada, that dream died, and I don't think it's ever coming back.
Tidak hanya itu, pria asal Kanada ini melanjutkan pandangannya dengan membahas nilai-nilai agama di Indonesia. Ia merasa kagum bagaimana masyarakat Indonesia tidak hanya memahami agama, tetapi juga menjadikannya sebagai bagian penting dalam kehidupan sehari-hari. Selain itu, ia juga membandingkan bagaimana agama di Indonesia memberikan makna yang lebih mendalam dibandingkan situasi di negara barat, termasuk Kanada.
Indonesians get religion way better than Canadians do. In fact, I'm not even sure if Canadians get religion anymore. I think I read a poll a while ago where the most common answer to the question, "Are you religious?" for Canadians was, no. Or what's your religion? The answer that was most common was no religion. And we're talking like 40+%. I could be wrong, but people here, they get religion and they're devoted to it. And that's important because it keeps people from going crazy, in my opinion. And to me, Islam is by far the best way to go. I've looked at the other religions too, and Islam makes the most sense. It's the most reasonable. It's the most complete. That's just my opinion. And then I came to that conclusion a long time ago.
Detlef, seorang pria asal Jerman yang pindah ke Indonesia 22 tahun yang lalu, telah membangun rumah impiannya di negeri ini. Sebagai pecinta seni dan desainer interior yang sukses, Ia juga seorang suami dan ayah dari 2 anak perempuan yang tumbuh bersama istri Indonesia. Dalam video ini, Detlef berbagi pandangannya tentang kesalahpahaman umum yang dimiliki orang asing mengenai Indonesia, serta mengapa ia merasa kehidupan di sini memiliki lebih banyak kebebasan dibandingkan di negara barat.
Would you ever go back to the Western world to live?
No, I think not.
No.
Well, look, see it that way. I have kids here. My daughters are 9 and 11. When I came to Bali and I would think to have a baby here, I was still thinking 20 years ago, international school, having university abroad, going here, going there, going here, going there. But, well, read a little bit world economics. It's wrong. Because the wealth will be here and the happiness will be here. So my kids for sure have a better future here as in Europe, America, or wherever. Because you have, maybe the number is wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, 60% of the people are younger than 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you have this? For sure not in China, for sure not in Europe, for sure not in Italy, you know.
Setelah lebih dari 20 tahun tinggal di Indonesia, Detlef memiliki keyakinan kuat bahwa masa depan anak-anaknya akan lebih baik di sini dibandingkan di negara-negara barat. Ia melihat Indonesia sebagai tempat dengan peluang lebih baik bagi generasi muda. Di sisi lain, kehidupan di negara-negara maju seringkali dibayangi tekanan dari berbagai masalah besar yang sulit dikendalikan, seperti konflik sosial dan demografi. Sebaliknya, di Indonesia, Detlef menemukan kebebasan dan ketenangan yang membuatnya bisa lebih fokus pada kesejahteraan keluarga, jauh dari gangguan berita yang terus-menerus menambah kekhawatiran.
So, if you live in Europe right now, you have on one shoulder when you wake up in the morning, the trouble in the Ukraine. You have on the other shoulder the trouble in Israel. On the other shoulder, again, you have demography problems. And the next is, but this is a little bit stupid, but the people talking bad about the refugees coming to Europe. Not even know that they need them. So your life is packed with problems what you cannot change. You cannot change the Ukraine war. You cannot change the trouble in Israel. You cannot change the trouble with demography. You cannot change stupid people giving wrong information about wonderful people coming to Europe. So all these trouble, what we cannot change, is still stay with us. This is like in our DNA, and we cannot simply get rid of it. And this is so sad in the moment to live in Europe. Probably also in Russia it's sad in the moment. In Ukraine it's sad in the moment. In so many areas. In America it's sad in the moment. Because you're confronted through the media with trouble what you cannot change. And here in Indonesia it's simply the opposite. It's simply the opposite. You can decide. You check half an hour the news, what you hear from Europe or wherever, and it's done. Nobody will talk with you about it. So you can have simply a better life